I just wanted to make this video because I get quite a few comments when I make videos where I use the treadmill, and they are often not very positive. There are simply some people who believe that using a treadmill cannot be used to do tests with. A treadmill is a training tool, and if used correctly, it can be very effective. I am not saying that it is necessary to use it to become a good runner, in the same way as it is also not necessary to have a specific shoe for tempo runs or long runs to become a good runner. But I can get a little annoyed when people compare the treadmill I run on with the one they bought in a supermarket. The treadmill you see in the video costs the same as a small car and has a maximum speed of 25 kilometers per hour. But why listen to someone who can't even speak English and use a computer voice? I don't think you should either, but try watching this video. I have built my own training program which I still use despite my brain damage. Of course, just on another level today. And it is very similar to how they train, just more simple. And of course not at the same level as them. A method I found out many years ago. And the treadmill was actually a big reason for that. Instead of me talking so much more, here is just a small part of the video. I think you should watch the whole video if you want.
Often throughout this documentary see Jakob and his brothers running on a treadmill, and I was often wondering...
Unfortunately, I don't have permission to show more, but if some of the best runners in the world use the same method, then it might not be as bad as many people think. I'm thinking about making a video about my entire training philosophy, but I just don't have the skills to do it in an exciting and inspiring way. But now we have to see. In one of my next videos, I will focus on ultra running and my experience on how to train for ultra running. Here is just a small example of my approach to training. All training is important, but especially 1st January early in the morning. Important to mention, I'm not saying this is right for everyone. When most people are on their way home from the city after the new year, my first training starts. I find most people do not train on January 1st. When most people wake up, I'm starting my second workout. And my last training session is in the evening before I go to bed. Important to mention, this was before my brain injury. Of course, I can't train like that today. But on the 2nd of January, I was 3 training sessions ahead of most. Now you will probably think, why is it so important? It's not the physical, but believe me, it's the psychological that is important here. When you run really far or have a dream of completing a double Ironman, then there will be many crises and negative thoughts along the way. And one of the thoughts that often comes to most people, have I trained enough? And here it can give a lot of energy to know that you went to bed early on New Year's Eve and got up earlier the next day to train, when you know most people haven't done the same. Ultra running for me is more about the mental strength than the physical. I'll see if I can make a video about it if anyone is interested.